In the first lecture, we have discussed about the production and operation management. Like we have discussed the concept and definition. Now, in the second lecture, we will learn few more points related to the production and operation management, and we will discuss few example which will make you more clear about the production and operation management subject. Like these are the learning goal which we have discussed in the first lecture, like why study operation management. And in the last lecture we have discussed with you that production and operation management is a part of operation management, or in the different word we can say that operation management is a broad concept and production management is a narrow concept. Understanding the concept, this point we have discussed in the last lecture, but briefing this point before going to start next point. Okay, understanding the concept, like production management, it refers to the management of activities related to the production of goods, or here we can say that whatever physical products we are going to convert in the finished goods or raw material into the finished goods, which is tangible product, it's called production management. For whatever management we are implementing to converting our raw material into the finished goods, it's called production management. In the operation management, we are using the services or intangible things plus tangible things to converting our raw material or our raw services into the finished goods or into the finished services. It's called operation management. Production and operation management. Okay, in the production, application of resources such as people and machinery to convert material into the finished goods and services. Production and operation management, managing people and machineries in converting materials and resources into the finished goods. In later points we can say that we will use the word operation management. Ultimately you can say that it is the production and operation management. Now the figure 1.1, not 11.1. Okay, there is a mistake, but the production process or converting input into the output, this is the basic process of production and operation management. Here there are three steps: inputs, conversion process, output. In the input side, which types of activities or which types of material we can add here. In input side, we add raw material, we add resources in both point, human resources as well as machineries and other points. These are the inputs which will be helpful for converting our raw material into the finished goods, and we know that without raw material we cannot convert the finished goods, or without services, resources, we are not able to add the value. So that these are the inputs of production process. Second one is conversion process. Conversion process, ultimately we can say that adding the value in the raw material, it's called conversion process. Conversion process is nothing but adding the value into the inputs, so that at the end we will get outputs. Outputs means finished goods or services. In the last lecture, I have given few examples related to the production and operation management. For example of Parle biscuit, like raw material of Parle biscuit is mendo, sugar and other essence. These are the raw material, and in input side we can add this point also. We use machineries and human resources. Okay, so these are the input points, and in the conversion side we mixing this raw material like mendo, sugar, essence, and we using the machineries, and also we are using the help of human resources to adding the value in the raw material, and at the end we are getting the finished goods is Parle biscuit. So it was the example of production and operation management. And also we have discussed the second example of banking sector. In the banking sector, they are not providing physical products to you, but they are providing services to you. So from the raw to finished services also there. Raw services means they are providing basic facilities to you. Basic facilities, when you enter into the bank, that time physical outlay, parking facilities, employees who are working there, and other facilities. And output means you are using these services, for example net banking, and the final services like you are paying your payment with the help of debit card, credit card, but you are not getting the physical point, but you are getting the services. So it is the also part of operation management. So this point we have discussed in your last lecture. Okay, it is continued. Okay, in order to create or add value, four ways can be adopted by an entity to performing one of the following type of operation. So these are the four basic services or the performance entity required, or organization or any entity required in the organization. For example, storage facilities, transportation, alteration, and inspection. We have discussed this point also. Okay, so these are the point which entity required to performing one of the following types of operation. Clear? Good. Now the definition of production and operation management. We have discussed this point also. Like the production and operation management. Production and operation management is defined as the process which transfer the inputs or transforming the inputs or resources of an organization into final goods or services through a set of defined, control and repeatable policies. By policies we refer to the rules that add value to the final output. Now the second definition is that production and operation management is defined as the process of planning and regulating the operations of that part of an enterprise which is responsible for actual transformations of material into the finished product. Okay, this point we have discussed in your last lecture, but briefing this point so that you can understand very clearly. Now this is the example of production and operation management. Like I have discussed with you about the Parle biscuit example and banking sector example. Same thing is there. Like input, scientific process, output. In the input, 2 points will be there, like raw material and resources. In the resources side, labor, capital and human resources. And in the raw material, we know that scientific process means ultimately we can say that here adding the value to the inputs. If we are not able to add the value into the inputs, then we are not able to converting this into the output. That's why here it is the example like farming, mining, film, cold drink, newspapers, etc. are the examples, or last two examples which we have discussed. You can write these examples in production and operation management, like Parle biscuit example and banking example, and also restaurant example, because in the restaurant both services is necessary, services as well as product. If there is a product but there is no services, then restaurant will not work. But there is a services but no product, then restaurant will not work. So here we can say that in the production and operation management, restaurant is the example of using the both services as well as raw material and materials. So tangible and intangible things will be used by the restaurant. It is also example for production and operation management. Like production system, it is also a typical production system. It is example. Okay, so don't worry about the images and all, but it is just for the knowledge. I have given these examples to you here. Example, computer factory, the primary inputs, and here the inputs, then transportation, or we can say that adding the value or the process of converting, and it is the final product. So these are the examples of production system or production and operation management. The first example is computer factory. In the computer factory, which are the primary inputs or which are the inputs? So here the hard drives, computer memory, computer chips, keyboards, cases, power supply, DVD, drivers, etc. etc. points are the inputs for the computer factory. Now the process, it is the adding the value, means assemble the product or not. We are using the computer with the help of monitor, mouse, keyboard, etc. etc. So here the second step is conversion process. Conversion process means adding the value. If we will mix this point or we will assemble this point, then and then we can say that it is the computer, otherwise we cannot say that it is the computer. So transformation, not transportation but transformation is ultimately adding the value. So assemble components to meet customer order, including specialized order for hardware and software. Okay, and at the end, outputs is finished goods. Finished goods here, desktop or laptop computers. Okay, so it is the example. Why I am using so many examples to explain you production and operation management? Because production and operation management is the practical point. It is the practical concept. If you are fully aware about the practical aspects of the production and operation management, then you can easily write down the questions answer. That's why my focus is on to the practical side, not only to the theoretical side. You can easily manage the theoretical point with the help of practical understanding. Here the trucking firm is ultimately, we can say that, providing services to us. So trucks, personnel means the persons who are working in the organization, or we can say that employees or workers cover under the personnel. Okay, buildings, fuel, goods to be shipped, packing supplies, truck parts, utilities, etc. points are the inputs or primary inputs for the trucking firm. It is the second example of production and operation management. Here the transformation means adding the value, like packages and transports goods from sources to destination, and output is delivered goods. Okay, so here go through it and understanding the point of production and operation management. If you have any doubt related to the production and operation management and problems related to these examples, then you can send me a message. I will explain it to you. Okay, go through it, learn about this point. I have sent the PPT to you. Just go through it. It is very easy. Okay, now the next is example of production system. Same thing is there. Same thing. I have add many examples. Why many examples? Because you will get the clear idea about the production and operation management. Here is the example of hospital. Hospital cannot provide you physical product, but it provide to you the intangible product or services. So these are the example of hospital, restaurant, automobile industry, universities. These are the example of production and operation management. Now the second point is that objective of production management, like ultimate objective and intermediate objective. There are two types of objective of production management. The first one is ultimate objective and second one is intermediate objective. Okay, now what is the meaning of ultimate objective? And what is the meaning of intermediate objective? Here, ultimate objective, or we can say that it is the final objective, last objective. અંતિમ આપણે કહી શકીએ ને, અંતિમ એમનો ધ્યેય શું છે? તો કે મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ શિડ્યુલ, મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ કોસ્ટ એન્ડ પ્રોડક્ટ ક્વોલિટી. આ એમના લાસ્ટમાં લાસ્ટ ધ્યેય આ જ છે કરવાનું. ઓકે, પણ આ લાસ્ટ ધ્યેય મધ્ય સ્તર પર બી પહોંચી શકે ને. અંતિમ ધ્યેય શું છે? તો આપણે કહી શકીએ છીએ અલ્ટિમેટ ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ. ઓકે, એને આપણે અંતિમ ધ્યેય કહી શકશું ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન માટે. અને ઇન્ટરમીડિયેટ ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ મીન્સ મધ્યમ પાર્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂના ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ શું છે? જેમ કે આપણે કહી શકીએ છીએ કે પ્રાઇમરી ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ એન્ડ સેકન્ડરી ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ. આ વર્ડ બી આપણે યુઝ કરી શકીએ છીએ. તો આ વર્ડને ધ્યાનમાં લઈ અને તમે આગળ વધી શકો છો. ઓકે, નાઉ ધ ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ્સ ઓફ પ્રોડક્શન મેનેજમેન્ટ. ધ મેઇન objective or primary objective or ultimate objectives. Okay, we can use the synonyms of this word. Now the first one is manufacturing schedule. The ultimate objective can be subclassified as under the manufacturing schedule, manufacturing cost, product quality. The first sub point of ultimate objective is manufacturing schedule. Manufacturing activities can get sidetracked because of many reasons. Thus, it is important to consider all aspects while factoring time schedules. For more efficiency, the time schedule should be broken up into subsystems like operating cycle time,